And we are back. It is Sadie again, and we're going to go with run number 2 on this streak. I've reviewed the video from the end of the last one because I wasn't sure whether I'd somehow got taken to Federation C by pressing the right button or whether I had hit random ship. I did in fact hit random ship, so we won't be playing Zoltan C. We are actually going to play Federation C. And if I win this ship, I will play Zoltan C as my 3rd ship on this streak. I won't bother hitting random. And that's quite tough because Federation C and Zoltan C are my 2 worst ship win rate, the worst 2 ships that I have in terms of win rate. So, yeah, they're the only 2 ships since I started tracking a while ago. They're the only 2 ships I actually have losing records with. So, this will be quite difficult, but if I do manage to win both of them, I will go a very long way towards actually getting the cycle. Federation C is a piece of garbage. You have no weapons to start with. You don't have any way to disable med bays. You don't have any way to disable enemy weapons particularly. You take a lot of damage, and there are a lot of things that just wreck you if you fight them early, like a ship with a med bay and a missile. Or the last time I played this ship, about 3 jumps into the run, I fought a ship that had a burst laser, a small bomb, a burst laser 2, a small bomb, and it had a med bay and a teleporter and 3 crew. And I killed the ship, but it killed me in the process. It took my clone bay out and set fires all over my ship, and my surviving crew didn't have enough health to actually fight. So that was the 2nd run of that streak as well. I hope that isn't a theme. Of course, this ship is the one that cost me my 25 win streak, but that was entirely my fault. I completely misplayed it. But let's see if we can do better this time. You go to sensors. It's very useful to have sensor information right off the bat, and I can then run you over to engines or shields depending on what the situation is. Being able to board like immediately with this ship is very important and can save you a lot of hassle. Okay, we need to be extremely careful about what fights we take. If we get an option, there's no point in going to this store, I feel like. The emergency respirators are extremely, or at least not straight off the bat, the emergency respirators are extremely helpful for dealing with auto scouts. And if we sold them, we would just be able to get the shield buffer upgrade, which maybe is worth it? I'm not sure. Okay, this is a double scrap possibility. It's a very dangerous fight, but we're going to take it. This should be a Lido missile, so there's no risk of it. I mean, I'll probably take it down, but there's no risk, even if it goes off, of it completely taking my clone bay out. I'm going to vent this preemptively so that if the combat drone manages to get through and like lands a shot and does a fire, that it doesn't just burn the system out. Hopefully we can smash this completely. Okay, so the only risk of me taking damage now is when the Lido missile comes back, it will be able to damage me. Now, 1 artillery flak won't kill this ship, but it will do quite a lot of damage. We need to clone these 2. Trying to decide whether I should board with the Zoltans. Because if I park the Zoltans in the teleporter, then as soon as the Lido missile comes back, they can board I think that's actually worth it. Just make sure I don't accidentally pull something down due to their power nonsense. There's no point in boarding now. I can't damage this system right now. Just board right away, because if I board immediately, they'll break this. All different crew types do exactly the same amount of damage to systems, so it doesn't matter that I don't have the Mantis there. They should survive long enough as well here to take out the, because of the emergency respirators, they should survive long enough to smash this again. And yeah, they're now going to die. I will board with my other 2 crew on the opposite side of the ship as soon as the teleporter is back. And they will break, say, shields. And that will blow the ship up. And we'll get a double reward. Cool. Yeah, this ship is much better at fighting auto scouts than a lot of boarding ships are. There are still ones that do better, like obviously Lanius B is better, or Mantis C is better against auto scouts, but there's quite a few ships that do worse against it. However, this ship really, really struggles with any enemy that has both a med bay and a way to hurt you, because you can't really deal with med bays. People get back to their positions, make sure that I don't somehow depower the clone bay. Now, if I go to shields, if I go to the store, I could sell the emergency respirators for 25. That would be enough to get my shields up. To get them up to level 4, I mean. I already can get them up to the buffer. Is that worth what it will do in terms of my ability to hurt auto scouts? I feel like it won't when I could potentially get that scrap from other sources. I'm not 100% sure on this, though. I never do feel 100% sure when I'm playing this ship. I think I'm going to go to Distress. Try to get the scrap. Keep the... This ship is not too bad. Its weapons are... In fact, this ship's not too bad. This ship's not dangerous at all. It's got an ion. I can make absolutely sure it can't hurt me. Put my 2 Zoltans in there, and we are 100% safe from damage. This is the kind of enemy... You want to fight enemies in the early game with Fed C that have ions. We are 2 scraps short of being able to get the shields up. That's quite unfortunate, but... We are absolutely venting people back to full health every single time. That health is critical in making sure my people survive long enough to potentially win fights before I take heavy damage. So, any scrap reward at this point, even a low scrap reward, is enough to get me the second shield bubble. Then what you need to do is save for either hacking or some kind of weapon. Because you don't have any way to get through Zoltan shields other than... Well, you can sit there and wait for the flak artillery to go off, but that takes forever. And if they happen to have good weapons, you're screwed. The other thing that you need is some way to deal with med bays. So you want either some kind of weapon, ideally a small bomb, or... yeah, small bomb is best. Or you want hacking. So, we want one more lot of scrap. No way to know which of these jumps is best, so let's just go here and hope it's not a really dangerous enemy. Okay, we can take this fight. They're not too bad. Like, the worst thing they could do here would be to bomb my clone bay, and I think my emergency respirators are such that I should survive long enough. Even if they do that. I think that's an ion bomb. Which, if it is an ion bomb, I'm completely safe, because I could just run... If it were to ever go off on my clone bay while people were reviving, then I just run a Zoltan into that room and they survive. So, we'll probably kill these people when the artillery goes off. So we've been fortunate in that the first couple of fights are auto scouts. You actually want that with this ship, which is very unusual for a boarding ship. And hopefully this... Okay, they've got the laser back. That can't do anything to me. Hopefully this storage cache drops a weapon of some kind. Okay, it didn't. It did drop a whole repair drone that sells for 42 scrap. Is there enough time for me to go back to the store and do it? I don't think there is, unfortunately. But let's get that up. And now we want to look around. We definitely want to find a store so we can just get rid of that. That 42 scrap would be huge. We've seen that jump already. So let's go... Is here the... Yeah, that's the place to go. That's a nice bribe. We could fight this ship in complete safety because one of its weapons is an ion, but so what? Let's just take the long-range scanners. So we didn't get a double reward, but we got a reward and a long-range scanners augment, and that's incredible. We can use that to avoid nasty. We can use it to avoid certain nasty hazards, which would be tricky for us, like pulsars. How many jumps do we have? Looks like we have 5 jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually a jump there to go to, so we'll go here and see what there is at the back. So this fight is a guaranteed weapon drop. It is, however, very annoying here, because the only way that I can hit this particular condition of damaging the ship without killing all of them is to use the artillery flak. I think it's worth doing. Like, if the ship is too dangerous to allow me to, I'll just board them and kill them and not get the weapon drop. But this is very, potentially very useful if they don't have weapons capable of damaging me. Okay, thank God, this ship can't hurt me. So, we're gonna have to sit here and let the artillery flak do the damage. However, before we do that, we're gonna grind dodge skill here because this ship can't hurt me. So I will see you in a while. Now, we're not ultimately going to use a Zoltan on piloting. We're going to get somebody else to do that. But for the moment, this is a very useful fight. So let's do this. I need to make sure to remember after I get all of the training. I won't bother grinding one of these 2 on shields because they're going to die repeatedly while boarding. So I'll save time by not doing that. But yeah, I'll get engines and piloting all the way up, and I will meet you back when that's done. Right, so we are back, and I've just got the full engines. I fired the artillery flak once to clear the Zoltan shield away. I also powered this up most of the way, and have just been like depowering it to make sure that to reduce the amount of time before we need to actually fire this. I found out something curious about this, which is, you'll notice when it's not powered, it says beam not charging. This isn't the beam. They obviously just didn't bother to change that text from the traditional Fed chips. So that was kind of an amusing thing to notice. Let's fire this now. Hopefully we only need to shoot this once. I could potentially have boarded the ship and killed one of them and tried to get this surrender offer by smashing systems. It's better to just do that. Cool. So, the heavy laser is mostly only useful for dealing with Zoltan shield ships, and I suppose that on certain enemies I could board shields, break them, and fire that way. But still, it is very useful to have that. Anything that can help you get through Zoltan shields quickly is helpful when you're playing a boarding ship. And it is a 1-power weapon, so I can use it immediately. Let's go here. Just need to remind myself as to where we were. So we effectively have 84 scrap because we have the whole repair to sell. And we could potentially even sell emergency respirators. So we actually already have enough to get hacking if it turns up. Are you fucking joking? Well, I'm glad my shields were up and that this doesn't have combat drones, because we got the shield hack event immediately. Let's board missiles and break that. Also, you get into... Although I think this is going down regardless, but... Yeah, okay. Missiles are down. We should be fine. I'd have loved to be able to just board into shields and break those, and then the heavy laser could smash things up. Now, I could board with my Zoltans, but if I do that, they're going to die and lose their training. It might still be worth doing that to break shields, because then my heavy laser will actually work. I'll see what the flak does. I think the flak will be about ready to go off. Do you know what, actually? Screw it. Let's board with 2 guys. The Mantis will be ready about now. I care less about the pilot because I don't want him in that room eventually anyway. Okay, that was only a Lido missile, so it only did 1 damage anyway. We might even be able to bring them back in time because of the respirators. The sneezes have struck again. They seem to be fewer of them that time, though. So, I lose my full pilot training there. I can probably get it back relatively soon, and I would ultimately like to move that Zoltan into shields anyway. I feel like that was worth it to not take loads of missiles. I mean, dodge training is mostly useful for dodging things like missiles, and destroying their weapons also means that I dodge missiles, so... Yeah, I only need to get 3 back. Everyone back to your positions. Do I definitely have 3 jumps here? Yes. No, we're not paying a toll for a ship that can't hurt us. So this is really easy. We'll get our dodges back here since we only need to get 3 of them. And then we'll board and murder them. I won't even bother turning the recording off for this, probably. It should be fairly quick for me to get 3 dodges. Need to fire 12 times on average. We could try to get weapon training here, actually, now that we have the heavy laser, but again, these are my boarding crew. I could cross-train the Zoltans, but... I could see situations where I would sell the heavy laser to buy a more useful weapon for this particular setup, like a small bomb, but at the moment I have enough to get a small bomb anyway. I think that might happen if we saw a store that had, like, hacking and a small bomb. I could sell the heavy laser and the hull repair drone and get both of them, and then we would be set for a very long time. But I would ideally prefer to not do that. One more. Yeah, 2 humans, they're going to be easy to kill. Cool, got it. Vent that room. We win easily. It would be nice if we could get some crew, but so be it. Every crew kill against most, well, against not every crew kills against most enemies, you have a 1 in 9 chance to get crew from, and a 1 in 9 chance to get a weapon drop, which we haven't got either of those. The weapon that we had drop was from a scripted event that always drops a weapon. Okay, unfortunately we haven't found another store. We'll go distress first. So we're not really safe until we can find a good store that has hacking. We are still 1 missile ship with a medbay away from disaster. We can deal with giant alien spiders. Cool. Jump here. Refugee ship. This gets me closer to having 15 for the cell missiles for scrap event, and it also means that if we get a missile weapon, we'll be able to use it more readily. I'm actually going to take that. It's a bit speculative, but it's only 2 fuel. The rock is tempting, but I don't feel like that's basically a full price rock. I think that is actually how much it would cost in a store. I don't feel like it's worth it. Rebel or Mantis? Neither. Unfortunately, these sectors both are somewhat low on stores. Mantis ships are generally safer. We'd also like... I think you have a very slightly greater chance in certain sectors to get crew drops of the sector that you're in, and we'd like to get another Mantis. Rebel sectors are more likely to have auto scouts, but like Mantis ships, they're generally pretty weak. We're going to a red sector in Sector 3 as well, unfortunately. We have no choice on that. I'd like to go to this sector if possible, because this could be a Force Zoltan 4, and Zoltan 4 is very bad. I have died on Fed C and Zoltan 4 before. You generally just don't want Zoltan sectors at all in Fed C. Off to the store. Okay. Well, I see a thing that we want. We're going to sell this. I'd love cloaking, but I can't do it. But what we can do is buy this Hermes missile. The Hermes missile is a very, very good boarding support weapon. Admittedly, it's expensive to bring it online, but it does 3 points of damage. It has a fairly quick cooldown. It does 3 points of damage. 3 points of damage is enough to disable all medbays in the game. So that's very, very useful. We're buying that. Should we buy the backup battery? It would take us below the threshold for hacking, but only for a very brief time. And we have fights to go to. Even if there is a second store in this sector, which there's not guaranteed to be, I think it's worth doing this. It does delay us bringing the Hermes missile up, which is a bit unfortunate, but I don't think we need to do that yet. We'll just keep looking for a little bit. Yeah, like ships like this are why going to Mantis sector. This is the kind of ship you can... We'll do a crew kill that doesn't even require us to board. In case you haven't seen this in my other videos, this is how you do this. Fight this guy. Please swap so that you don't have too much damage concentrated on one person. Knock this guy to below 15 health. Let him board back. Now, we won't actually be able to go through with it because we would need to take the Clumbe out, which we can't without boarding. But what you would want to do, let this person warp back, which he's going to do in a second. If you had any kind of gun, you could then let them board a second time with the NG, kill the NG while they're on your ship, and then board and kill the Mantis. Or no, what am I talking about? This is without boarding. You would then shoot, you would let the NG board, kill them, shoot the clone bay out, so that the NG wouldn't revive. Mantis runs to repair the clone bay, and they board. And then you shoot them and kill them in there. I'm talking nonsense. I am using the wrong words repeatedly. I'm going to let them board a second time here, and I'm going to let the NG escape with very little health as well, because what we can do then is we'll just board them in their clone bay. The only 2 people that will be able to defend that room will both be really, really low on health. We'll crush them in instants, and then we'll break the system. So there we go. They're below 15 health. They will warp them back as soon as their teleporter is off cooldown. Let's just board now, to be honest. And yeah, they're going to die very quickly. And then we break the system. And we win. Double reward. Cool. We will vent you guys. Okay, we've got a bunch of fights upcoming. think I do need to upgrade the weapons enough, because we're not even guaranteed to get another fight in this sector. And if we do have it, most encounters in this we won't need the missile for, but if we get one for where we do need it, it could be really, really crucial, like run-savingly crucial. So I think on balance we need to do it, even though it does take us way away from being able to afford hacking. Like, we have at least 3 fights we can go to before any store. That should get us back most of that scrap. If necessary, we could sell the emergency respirators or even the long-range scanners to get hacking. So we're not going to use the Hermes missile in most fights. It's kind of use that or boarding. We'd probably like a little bit of power too, but I'm going to build up my hack buffer first. So here is the path, I think. Aid the civilian ship. Yeah, like this is a kind of enemy where I want to have a missile against, because without being able to take that med bay out, like they've got multiple mantises over there. We only need 1 shield bubble. But like all they would need to do, if we board over there right now, if they kill one of my crew and then they bomb the med bay, the clone bay, we're completely screwed. It depends on what sort of bomb that is. We'll find out. Depending on what kind it is, I might deliberately run them out. Okay, it's a stun bomb. We're actually completely safe here. Stick 2 Zoltans into shields. They can't take that out, so let's sling a Hermes missile over. We can probably just win. In fact, we don't even need to have 2 Zoltans in there. If we run 2 shield bubbles, we're completely safe. We don't need any more missiles. What we'll do now is we'll just stick one of them in the clone bay. And then if anything goes bad, well, it doesn't matter. I mean, 1 stun bomb can't take my clone bay out completely anyway, actually. Oh yeah, I can't actually recharge the O2 in there because I'm not running any O2. But yeah, if we do this, they now can't take that system down. I think my guys will probably lose this. We'll see. We might be able to 2v1 this. Actually, I think we can. Requires a bit of micro. We might not manage it. I think we're going to fall just short. Yeah, we fell just short. It's unfortunate because this Mantis is a bit difficult to take out if they manage to recover the med bay. It's going to now start fixing that. What we can do is fight them in shields. We'll be fighting 2v1, and even if they manage to fix the med bay, we would eventually break shields because they would keep losing and then running out to the med bay. We'll break the shields and then we'll smash the med bay with our heavy laser. Yeah, like they're actually sitting and healing in there. They're now running to fight me, but they're going to lose this fighting 2v1. They'll run back to the med bay in a second. We'll finish smashing the shields and then we crush them. Double reward again. You can actually survive because you'll get those hit points back normally. You need to be vented. Do we spot? Okay, we don't spot a store. I'm going to get more power. Had we spotted the store, I would have held off. But we've got, 4 odd fights that we can go to. With this ship, I can see potentially keeping the emergency respirators for most, if not the whole run, because they are really, really useful against the auto scout. It's against auto scouts. It's just a matter of whether or not you need to sell it to get something else. We'll go into fights with the Hermes missile powered, in case we need it to deal with med bays. I'd like to avoid that pulsar if possible. Let's go here, here, and then forward. So this ship is quite dangerous. I want a Hermes missile just to put into weapons to take that burst 2 down. We'll get hit by it once, so we'll put our dodge training into play. Cool, we got a dodge. And yeah, there we go. Can we kite these guys? Because once we can kill this person, we're fighting 2v1. It's just at the moment, our Mantis is kind of low on health. In fact, we can do this. There we go. Oh, for God's sake, they managed to kill the Mantis. Okay, second plan. I don't want them fixing the weapons. Okay, never mind. We don't need to do that, actually. Our Mantis can finish this off on his own. In fact, they can't fix the weapons anyway. There's a whole breach in there. We get a bunch of fuel and a good scrap reward. And the Mantis had enough health left that they full healed there. Let's try to download the data stores. We are 100% safe against this ship. What we're going to do is board shields, break them, and then kill with the heavy laser. I guess we could power the artillery flak as well, just to make it a little bit quicker. You get over there, I guess. Piloting is completely smashed. They'll never have it back again. I could just vent these guys over on their ship. But in case I somehow misplay something, I'll just leave them alive and vent them afterwards. It's fine. And the artillery flak is not going to go off a single time. Still, I can't complain. For a Fed C run, this ship, this run so far has been quite gentle, and it's had most of the stuff we might want. I don't think it's worth going to that asteroid fight. If we do, I think we have to not take this fight, and it's better to just go to that more rapidly. You know, they're likely to give the same amount of scrap, so I might as well take the less dangerous fight. And yeah, one more lot of scrap. Like, the minimum amount of scrap you can get from a medium scrap reward in Sector 2 is 12 scrap, which would bring us to 57. That would mean that if we got nothing else, we would still be able to sell, like, if that's a store and it's got hacking. As long as we get one more lot of scrap, we can sell the emergency respirators if necessary and buy hacking. But of course we can get this as well. Unfortunately, we did not get a free Mantis rather there. But what we did get is a fight where we can't take any damage. We will lose this a few times because they've got crap tons of Mantis over there. But it doesn't matter, I just stick my Zoltans in there. And they can't hurt us. That chain ion can fire all day. It won't do a thing. Well, it'll do a thing. It'll take out my second shield bubble, but it won't take out my first shield bubble rather, but it won't take out the second. We'll win on the second time over there. They don't have any kind of med bay, so we're safe. It's just unfortunate we didn't get the free Mantis and we got 5 hull damage instead. Knowing to do this and to make fights with ion weapons safe makes this ship many, many times safer. Without this, it would be hundreds of times more dangerous. Okay, that's a slight exaggeration, but it would be way, way more dangerous. There would be no real way to make any early fight safe other than getting the second shield and just praying they have weak weapons. Unfortunately, so far, all of our crew kills have yielded scrap and like fuel instead of a single crew member or a single weapon. Still, we easily have enough scrap now to be able to get hacking, probably without even needing to sell anything, because we've got another fight to go to. Vent these guys. Back to your station, Zoltans. The emergency respirators does mean it actually takes a while to vent your own guys, but it's fine. Time is a resource you have loads of in FTL. And we haven't spotted another store. I'm actually, instead of going to this fight, I'll go to these ones because it's more likely that if there is a second store that I spot it by jumping ahead. How many more jumps do I have in this sector? Exit isn't in a great location here. It looks like 4. I'm going to get 80 scrap, and then I'm going to buy enough power that I can more easily afford to power the Hermes missile. So let's go here first. We might go there, or we might not, depending on what we see. This ship is not very dangerous. We can probably take this out without using any missiles. We'll need to board with all of our crew to do it, but it's fine. So we're going to board first of all. We'll fight these two. They'll lose and run into the med bay. They'll run the third person to fight us, and we'll kill that person because they can't fit 3 people in their med bay. They'll then, the 2 people who come out of the med bay who heal will then kill my 2 initial boarders. And then on the second pass, we'll board with these 2, kite them around, board the Zoltans, fight in shields, and have my other guys break medbay. So yeah, we lose this round, but it's fine. This will save us a missile. And there's no point using resources when we don't have to. And cool, we've spotted a store. That's really, really good. A store with fights around it as well. So we'll take a couple of fights, and then we'll go to the store and hope to buy hacking there. Okay, so you guys board into here, and we're going to kite these guys around for a while until our Zoltans are ready to board. Chase me! Whee! We're taking the occasional hit here, but it's not particularly relevant. We'll run these guys in here. Have the Zoltans break the med bay. We want to just make sure we don't damage these 2 enough that they run to the med bay before it's smashed. Which we did not, so we don't want to have to vent the Zoltans because we don't want to lose their training. Like, the only thing that's not going well in this run so far is we have still not managed. I'm sure that by now we've had at least 9 crew kills. And we have yet to get a single... Actually, maybe we haven't because we have fought a number of auto ships, I guess. How many ships have we defeated so far? Actually, we've only defeated 11, and I know we've defeated at least 2 auto ships, and we've defeated that ship that we didn't crew kill because we wanted them to surrender to give us a weapon. So actually, we haven't had 9 crew kills yet, so it's within, you know, reasonable odds that we haven't yet to have a crew drop. We've yet to have a crew drop or a weapon drop. The weapon drop was a scripted one, but it's fine. You get over there. So go here first. We probably have enough to do this, this, and this. I'm not sure if we're going to do that, though, because I'm paranoid about the possibility of having the fleet pursuit doubled at an event. Although I think actually our long-range scanners should prevent that possibility. Fight these guys. This ship is a little dangerous because of the potential of that bomb. We're going to board into Clone Bay. It's the combination of the bomb and the possibility that and their doors as well, which mean that I can't just kite the enemy. Although I can do this, I can swap these guys around so that my people stay alive longer. That looks like that's probably an ion bomb. Yes, it is. And it didn't hit anything relevant, so we take that down and didn't end up needing to use a missile. But we might have needed to use that if it had, say, gone off on our shields or gone off on our Clone Bay. So we get the win. Let's make absolutely certain, do we have 2 jumps here? I'm pretty confident we do, but I'm going to go to the store first anyway. For all I know, the next fight will be, like we already have enough scrap to get what we want. And for all I know, the next fight could be the one that kills us if we do it without hacking. So consequently, I'm going to take that store, and even if that means that we have to jump, say, there, and that doesn't have a fight, like, whatever. Okay, there's no hacking here. That's frustrating. What we can potentially do... There's a couple things we could do to make ourselves safe here. We could buy the backup DNA bank. That would completely eliminate any possibility of us losing crew. We've got the small bomb. That's a lower scrap thing. I mean, what we could potentially do here would be to buy the small bomb and the explosive replicator. That's kind of tempting. But it makes us weaker against auto scouts. Gonna do that. The repair arm is not a terrible idea here either, because even though that is usually quite bad, Fed C takes scratch damage faster than just about any ship in this game, so having that as an option is quite useful. Should I buy the small bomb as well? It's kind of redundant with the Hermes missile. It's a little bit faster and it's a little bit lower power, but it takes us away from having enough scrap for hacking. I'm gonna pass. If I could afford the replicator as well, I might do it, but I really want hacking. This ship is extremely safe. If we just board right away, they won't even board us. They can't hurt us. The only thing that's dangerous is the solar flare, and there's not even a risk of it taking my Clone Bay out now because I don't have any worry about the Clone Bay dying. Let's fight them in shields, actually. If I can break the shields, I can break the Clone Bay with my heavy laser. I don't know if that Clone Bay is upgraded, so I'm a bit worried that if we just try to smash it with our crew... Yeah, we just win that way. You two, go and fight this and die in the process. It's fine, you'll come back. do that. I'm not worried about the solar flare going off there because it can't take the system out and prevent my guys from reviving. But it can potentially burn out and do me hull damage. And like they'll restore the hit points they lose here because I haven't upgraded Clone Bay. They get back 16 per jump. Yeah, we took damage there, but we'll be able to get everything fixed before we jump out. Kind of worthless to fix the flak artillery, but like we might need it to get through a Zoltan shield or something like that. Yeah, we did have 2 jumps, as I was pretty sure we did, but let's get the storage cache. This ship can technically hurt us, but it's highly unlikely. We should be able to break one of these weapons before they can fire both of them. Our crew will die faster now because we no longer have the respirators. Hopefully this isn't buffer upgraded. I should power my... It's not. Okay, we're fine then. Yep, they'll never get their weapons back, so they cannot hurt me, ever. Let's just take the shields down completely. Might as well just send you back to your position in sensors at this point. I don't need you for evade. They don't have any weapons to shoot at me and never will. We didn't get a double reward there, but I can't complain too much. It feels like we've got a lot of double rewards so far. Okay, Pirate or Mantis? I think Pirate is the way to go here because Pirate does not risk potentially trapping me in Zoltan 4. And I will just be back in a moment. And we are back. So we're going to jump into Sector 3. We're going to go to this Pirate sector to keep our options open. Go here first. Probably then go to the Nebula. Okay, we got a slaver fight. This fight can hurt us, but it's not going to because we should be able to win before that Halberd beam goes off. We can't unfortunately prevent the ions from stacking up because we can only ion-proof 1 shield bubble. We might have to just chuck a Hermes missile into weapons for security. I think we need to do that. We're not gonna, because of that rock, we're not gonna win fast enough otherwise. Ah, they got one off. Whatever. We took 1 damage. We win this, and we got a crew member. Very, very good. I forgot to move you into piloting. That might have made me safer. So, Alex here is going to be my new pilot. That means my dodge will go down for a while, but it's fine. Send you to repair my weapons. So you go in piloting. You can now be the guy who starts on sensors. And I can move you to either shields or weapons, depending on which is more advantageous in that particular fight. Yeah, go here, that sees more. I'm a little bit wary of the asteroid field, because it could be a dangerous ship. This ship is kind of counterintuitive. I feel like the long-range scanner gives you scrap and a crew member, whereas teleporter just gives you a crew member. Let me check that. FTL, a heavily damaged Federation ship. It's actually the other way around. I'm glad I double-checked that. The long-range scanners give you a crew member or medium scrap. Teleporter gives you both. Oh yeah! Give me that mantis. Well, we now have a double mantis boarding team. We're going to put Oni here on sensors, and he can run to weapons in fights where that's relevant. And meanwhile, we'll have you on shields. So we've sorted out the crew issue, and we found a store. I'm glad I went here. It is absolutely worth going to this store, even though it means we lose a jump. You know, we want hacking. And we've got it. Got another chance to buy a small bomb here. I feel like this is worth it now, because this is... The Hermes missile is a bit vulnerable because it can take damage and just be knocked offline. I mean, I could buy the Charge 2 alternatively, but I feel like we have basically the rest of the run to get conventional weapons. We just need something to kill the flagship, and just about everything else we can kill with boarding. So, let's take the small bomb. This also gives us a way to disable things past defensive drones. So, let's do that. Now I really wish we'd bought that explosive replicator. Oh well. Yeah, we're not likely to have many fights where we need to use both the Hermes and the small bomb. But I'll keep them available just in case. We might fight like a ship that has, I don't know, offensive drones and dangerous weapons. We want to disable both of them. We can take damage from the asteroids here, but we should just be able to win this fight. These weapons don't line up very well. We should just be able, like, the asteroids and the heavy laser could line up enough for the pike beam to hit me, but they probably won't. And indeed they didn't. And that was a pretty good reward. We finally got that 1 in 9 weapon drop. So yeah, if we need to fight a ship in ship-to-ship combat, we can use Burst 2, Heavy Laser, Small Bomb. That's pretty damn good. Vent these two. Yeah, most fights we just need to go in with the small bomb ready, actually, and then we can more easily hack. Yeah, we have a good supply of missiles, we have a good supply of drones. All we really need now are upgrades, and maybe eventually a different set of conventional weapons for the flagship. But, like, we have the Burst 2 and the Heavy Laser to build on, so we really only need one more. We can take a fight in an asteroid field. Might regret that. This is a very dangerous ship. Do we go like this? Yeah, we go like this. Wow, they have hacking too. Let's find out where you're gonna hack. We should actually just board immediately, even if they hack the Clone Bay, it doesn't matter. Them hacking the teleporter is a bit bad though. The teleporter, the backup battery. I don't actually now have enough power for everything. You go stand in hacking. Hack that. Now that the backup battery is back, or the power that we lost when they hacked the backup battery is back, let's board you into weapons. Now that the hack is over, you run back here. Okay, we've taken one weapon down. Wow, they just dodged everything. And they've hit my hacking. Well, you two are dead. You're going to stay dead until the end of the fight. I don't need to revive you. My Burst Laser 2 and Heavy Laser 2 will defeat yours. Where are you going? For some reason the game decided to send you up there, which I did not want to do. Let's just do this and keep so that it doesn't depower something important the next time they hack the backup battery. Yeah, we're safe now. I should have run you into weapons. That was a mistake. Oh well. Cool, we got a hull breach there. So their second shield bubble is never coming back. We'd like an NG to stick in our doors, our weapons, but we'd also just like, you know, more crew who can board. Double Mantis is good, but, you know, quadruple Mantis is even better. Or double Mantis and double Rock or something like that, it's fine. Frankly, double Mantis and double Human is fine. Except our second human is the pilot. Go into battles like this, and then we can decide whether we want to rejig our power. Go here, here, and there in most likelihood. Probably like to upgrade our engines and our shields probably next. This ship is kind of nasty. We can't board them yet, and the flak can do bad things. Once we're through the Zoltan shield, they're completely screwed, but... Unfortunately, they did dodge one of those. Let's see if we can take it down with the heavy laser, because then we can small bomb the... Yep. Weren't quite fast enough to stop that firing, unfortunately, but they're never going to fire it again. Managed to land some shots on them with our laser, make it faster. Do we want to go to another store? I feel like we do. We might be able to get weapons. We'd like to upgrade hacking. Wouldn't mind upgrading weapons, although we don't necessarily need to. It'd just be useful to have a buffer. Like to upgrade the teleporter. Probably the safest thing to upgrade next is hacking, and then in a dangerous fight we hack weapons to buy time to win. So we're going to skip that distress beacon. Do we have enough time to go here and then the store? If we do that fast, is 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exit. Do we have 4 before the exit? We do, as long as we don't get any double fleet pursuit. Yeah, we can give up 2 fuel. We can get that back at the store. We have enough to buy flak. There's a burst laser 2 here. Well, we didn't use that Hermes missile for very long, but whatever. So yeah, we basically have our endgame weapons now. We can go into fights like this if we need to. So, forget anything else, we're going to get our weapons up next. Or should we? No, I think we still actually want to get hacking up next for safety. But yeah, like eventually we'll be using burst, heavy, small bomb. That's ridiculous. Speaking of ridiculous, those are good weapons. But our 2 burst lasers will choose, and the asteroid field will chew through the Zoltan shield pretty quick. Wow, we even managed to hit one of them. Cool. Hack that. We should have hacked earlier and then we wouldn't have taken any damage there. That was clumsy. Do them a bunch of damage. Yeah, dangerous shit, but we are now very, very far in front of the curve. We haven't had many stores, but the stores we have had very, very good stuff. We can't spend our scrap here because of the asteroid field. We're definitely not getting caught at that exit, are we? No, we're not. Get everyone back. I need to be remembering to send you to weapons once I see what I can see over on that ship. On the enemy ship. No, this is a very easy ship to crew kill. It's not very dangerous. Board shields, run them out of... Admittedly, they have good fighting crew, but... Let's drag them into weapons. Do that. Take this out while they're distracted. No, for God's sake, it's upgraded. Ah, it came back just too late. Whatever, we're still gonna win this. We didn't get a double reward, but it's fine. Get hacking up. At this point, we can be quite aggressive about spending scrap on upgrades instead of hoarding for stores. We basically don't need anything more to store. We'll occasionally need repairs, that's about it. We probably should have bought some repairs at that last store, actually. But it's fine, as long as we go to like one store a sector. Especially now that we have upgraded hacking, so that we should be able to run away. In fact, let's do this as well, just so that if there's some unforeseeable disaster, we can still flee. Now we're using our missiles. Well, I said there was a risk of Zoltan 4. That was forced. If we had gone to the Mantis sector, which as an individual sector would have been preferable, albeit, you know, I didn't know obviously going to this sector would net us 2 burst 2s. But in addition to netting us 2 burst 2s, it means we can avoid Zoltan 4. Ion Storm followed by Ion Storm. That's cool. We don't need as much power for this, because with boarding we can just run Small Bomb and the Teleporter and win. Especially if you're going to do that. Board into piloting. Start killing. Small Bomb actually isn't enough to take this down, I've just realized, because they've got a flak sitting there. Let's do this. And we can potentially, if we need to, which I don't think we're going to, but if we need to stop that Vulcan from spinning up, we can do it with these 2 weapons. Yep, there we go. We actually did need that because they have 4 crew over there, not 3 as I was expecting them to have. But it's fine. Those 2 crew we've already killed aren't coming back. But our Mantis are. I'm actually going to board with you and the other Mantis to make this faster. Because they could just power the flak and hurt me with that. So yeah, win that one. I once again forgot to run you to weapons. Let's get weapons up now. Now I can run burst 2 heavy, or the burst 2s with a small bomb or something like that, and I also have a damage buffer. Cool, boarding with scrap. Let's vent like crazy. How are you doing on dodges? Got a fair number. I just want you to hold this room until the oxygen runs out, and or the mantis come back, so you don't actually have to die. You get vented again, you're low on health. Buy more power. That could be manually search. We'll definitely go there, but we'll take this guaranteed fight first. Use the long-range scanner. They have very dangerous weapons and they're going to board us. Let's hack this shit. Okay, good. We've taken out the stuff that we care about. We don't really want to kill these guys while they're on our ship. They have a clone bay, they'll just come back. They're now low enough on health that they'll warp them back. They might board us again. Stick you indoors. Like, there's a fire in that room. They're not getting that fixed anytime soon. So the 2 crew members they have left will take will take hit point damage. They'll eventually put it out, but we can board when they do that. Ooh! Down you go. We might lose this because one of our mantises is wounded, but... Oh, the fire has spread in there. So we actually won that. You don't need to get vented. You can be burned and purified instead. You do require venting. This is one reason I'm not too fussed about this guy not going into weapons in terms of getting the training. It's just there have been a few instances where having the faster weapons might have made the difference in us taking damage or not. Buy more power. Now I can do this, and I can use backup battery for the last bit of engines and for the teleporter. Let's fight the auto scout. You there. In fact, if both of them are standing in there, then I only need 1 shield bubble. Go, Zoltan power. And we still only need 1 because they have 2 beam drones. There was a possibility they could have powered a combat drone and then we could have been in some trouble there, but they didn't. seriously, I keep forgetting to run this guy into weapons. Go to the fight, and then we'll go up. Attack this ship. This is a absolutely easy ship to crew kill. They only have 2 crew over there. They're not crew that can remotely fight off 2 Mantis, so we're just gonna kill these guys. They'll get like 1 bomb off, if that. No, not my empty hull. Okay, we get an Ion Mark II. We can just sell that. We could potentially use it to get max weapon skill, but we don't want to replace any of the weapons on our belt right now, so we're not going to do that. It sells for 35 scrap. We'd like to get our weapons up one more time. But honestly, we're probably better off getting Shield 6 first, because we're never going to get cloaking, so having shields up earlier than normal is good. I often delay that to like Sector 7 sometimes if I'm able to get cloaking, but I'm not going to do that in this run. Do that. Although I don't see any encounters up here, there could be a store. There isn't. Okay, well, we go that way. Still good to see all of that bit of the sector. And hey, I found a fight. Hack those weapons. They've got somebody in my clone bay, it doesn't matter. Missiles down. Yeah, I was hoping to hit all of them, but I mean, I got a bunch of fires, and they have to break through that just to get into the locked room, so it's not completely worthless. Oops. Our conventional weapons were a little bit too powerful there. We hardly got any scrap. That was dumb. I didn't think that I was going to blow the ship up. I'm not used to Fed C having double burst 2s and a heavy 1 this early in a run. So we cost ourselves probably quite a bit of scrap there. That looked like a low scrap reward, honestly, for this late in the game. Okay, I think the sneezes are gone. So let's keep exploring. We probably don't need to hack in this fight. These weapons are only dangerous once they sync up, and it'll take quite a while for them to do that. By which point I can do that. You into weapons. Yay, we get 1 weapons XP. I could have ground dodges against that ship, but my pilot has nearly max dodges anyway, and honestly, getting the max skill isn't as important as it is, you know, at least for, you know, we don't need to get to 40%, because it's not like we're ever going to get cloaking. So, getting there, like, early so that you can get cloaking and be completely safe from missiles isn't really that, you know, it's not really a thing on this ship. We definitely want to hack here. It's just a question of whether we hack shields or whether we hack piloting. I feel like the play here is board piloting hack shields. And shoot weapons. And let's finally remember to actually put you in weapons. The only dangerous thing is if that's like a really upgraded piloting room. I slightly mistimed my hack there. So there's a small risk that this ship could get away. But with that much, you know, that many lasers in the air, it's not terribly probable. We get 14 scrap for that extremely annoying fight. Let's just do that. In a lot of fights, we don't need to put all the power into our weapons. So we can just do this and, like, you run the small bomb. Yeah, something like this. And put that in hacking. Yeah. We can't really go to that fight. It takes us into a corner. How many more jumps do we have? I think we might end up having to double back on ourselves. We've got 2 jumps before that gets taken over. Suppose we go here, 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 there, and out. Frankly, if we end up diving in this sector, it doesn't matter. It's in a nebula. In this fight, we can just use our conventional weapons to knock the burst 3 off while they board us. We shouldn't need to hack. You get in there. Where are you? In shields. Take all that crap down. Kill these fools. You stay in there. Well, we definitely hit one of them with those shots. Because they died fast. You don't even need venting, you'll heal up between fights. I'll keep my scrap now just in case we see a store at that beacon. 80 scrap would be good enough to buy, say, Zoltan Shield Bypass or something like that. Which is about the last thing we might want. Take this fight. This ship only has 1 shield bubble this late in the run. It's not very dangerous. The 3rd shield bubble makes us much safer here. Let's board them in weapons. Okay, guys. Well, the NG died on his way back. Yeah, that was a cool. I was right. There is indeed a store at that particular beacon. Now, whether there's anything we want to use this scrap on, I don't know. A flak would be good, or another heavy laser one, but or Zoltan Shield Bypass, as mentioned. Store. Okay, there's nothing here that we want, but let's just sell flak and ion blast 2. We're gonna get should we get weapons up? Let's actually get hacking up. Being able to do a really, really long hack on weapons could save us a lot of damage. We'll work on getting our weapons up next. Slug home. We don't want to go to Zoltan sectors. We are perfectly happy spending time in nebulas. We have the long-range scanners. Unfortunately, it's stored this early when we just spent all our scrap, but it's fine. We can potentially just go around it. This is always a good ship Although this particular event makes it annoying. But the flying coffin layout is always good to see when you're playing a boarding ship, because you can use it for training. Go and fight you in weapons. The odds of this ship hurting us are not particularly high. Let's just make sure that this slug loses. Yeah, that slug's now going to lose. So when we kill this guy, they'll have no one left in the main body of their ship, which means we can just break stuff and get training. You know, we put 1 point of damage on this weapon system, and they will never be able to hurt us ever again. And that means we have an opportunity here. We can train our weapons in this fight. And we are absolutely going to do that. But firstly, let's get more melee training. Well, do we even need it? Yeah, we do, actually. One of our mantis has nearly max melee skill, and one of them has almost none. I don't know quite how that's happened. Yeah, if I just do this, as long as I don't break shields, I can fire at that room over and over and over again. You guys go break piloting as well. We can occasionally fire the heavy laser to get an extra point to make it a little bit faster. I would break shields, but then I can't do, which I will do later, but I can't break shields right now and still be able to do weapons training. So I will see you in a bit once we have got our weapons training all the way up. Okay, so that's all the weapon skill. I've decided Jax here already has max combat skill, so I'm going to board with just Owen. Go into shields, he'll get 6 or 7 points of skill depending on whether they have the buffer upgrade here. And then we can have him break. Yeah, he's going to get 7 here. Then we can warp him back, he can board into oxygen and smash that as well. And then potentially we could even have him warp into engines and kill the slug who is sitting in there. But yeah, this does slow the boarding down a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It means that the combat skill gets distributed a little bit more evenly. I'd like to keep these two. I probably won't be able to keep them at max combat skill, but being able to keep them at level 1 would be very, very useful. And that just requires them to have enough of a buffer above the level 1 upgrade that even if I vent them, that they don't drop below it. Jax is already there, but it's just a matter of getting Owen up there too. Like to get him like 3 or 4 bits of combat skill above that. He's got the level 1 upgrade there. But yeah, he'll get 3 more from doing this, and more than that for getting the oxygen down. Actually, 2 more for doing that. Break those shields. Warp them back. We could actually just kill this guy who is in this room by shooting lasers and smashing him that way, because these 3 would do 90 damage between them and I'd just need 1 more shot to hit. But I might as well get the combat skill. So this is kind of a second lot of training from this fight, as well as the weapon training I've already got. You have nearly level 1 shield skill. Shield skill is, as I've mentioned in previous videos, by far the least important to get up. We gonna get 3 from this? Looks like it. Yep, that was level 3 oxygen. Cool. And then we'll warp Owen back, and even at 77 health, he should be able to defeat the slug in that room. Especially if we do like that first. That will knock the slug down to 70 hit points, down by 30 hit points. And obviously a mantis is going to win that handily. We will have to vent both of these people afterwards, but it's fine. think I must have got a fire there, because he was below 70 when I boarded. So, vent these two. I'm now going to say, considering I'm in a nebula this sector, and I may be in a nebula again next sector, in fact, I think I'm guaranteed to be in the nebula next sector, there's no point saving this crew in sensors. We're also, before we get the buffer upgrade on, oop, I accidentally saved my crew position with those people in the venting room. Before I get the buffer upgrade to oxygen, I'm going to check that store out in case they have flak. They don't. They have an auto-reloader. So we'll buy that, and that leaves us with enough scrap still to do this. So now we just want to get our weapons up, and then we'll work on getting our shields all the way, getting more engines. We haven't so far needed to upgrade our teleporter. We haven't really got enough crew to make it worth it. Let's refuse. That creates a fight. And this is another fight that we can easily win with boarding. Especially since we dodged one of those. We don't need to smash that room with our boarders. We can just smash shields, and that will get both of them up to max. I may actually kill this ship with O2. If I do that, I don't need to vent anyone because they'll just suffocate. But I need to vent Owen anyway, so actually I think I'll just board into... into the... Are you both maxed out now? Yes. I'll just board into engines, it's fine. Do that to do some damage. I don't know which one of you will go into which slot, which is unfortunate, because you can't crew swap in these narrow rooms. I'd like to make sure that Owen is the one taking damage, so I only need to vent him. But I can't control that. That's what ended up happening, so fine. Jax will have full health and doesn't need venting. Get over there. Found another store. I don't know that we want to go to that. But there's no harm in getting at least one more lot of scrap before we look there. That's going to be the only other store we see, most likely, because all of the non-nebula jumps were up there, and most of them are either already have been taken over or will definitely be taken over before I can get there. Yeah, let's go this way. We can potentially farm up quite a bit of scrap. This ship can't hurt us at all. Well, actually, no, it can. I lie. It could line those two shots up and then damage me. Now this ship can't hurt us at all. Take that out. Board. We probably need a second boarding team with this, because these late game slug ships have a lot of crew. We also don't have door controls here because we're not hacking. We are fine. We didn't need to hack or have to send over my Mantis twice. Just go to the store. We have enough scrap for anything we could want. Not really that much we could want, honestly. Our other than a flak or another burst 2 or a heavy laser or something like that. Our augment slots are already filled up. I could theoretically be talked into ditching the long-range scanners for something really good. Reconstructive teleport is not one of those things, by the way. The pre-igniter might be, but we can't afford the pre-igniter. Do I want that heavy 2? Let's get the heavy 2. Burst 2, heavy 1, heavy 2 is really, really good. And we can use that for the final 2 phases of the flagship to win quickly. We'll need to get weapons up to 8, but I don't think scrap is going to be a problem on this one. We're getting a lot of scrap. So we'll just have that in reserve. When we get to weapons 8, we'll probably go like this for a while. And then for the final 2 flagship phases, we ditch the small bomb and just go burst, heavy. Let's go here so that we can spot that top nebula jump. Nothing there. Okay, there's nothing at that either. We may end up jumping to the exit early in this sector, but it's fine. We do want to hack this fight. Send my Mantis in to fight their Mantis. Big old hack. We should get multiple volleys off before they can get anything off on me. Yep. Those are completely broken. They can't fix them. You're gonna burn to death. Unfortunately, they did get the other one out to the med bay, which is unfortunate. Let's break the door down. Depending on what level medbay this is, 2 fully healed Mantises could potentially just win the fight in there. But I think I'd rather just, you know, like this guy's gonna run to try to fight the fire and the oxygen when he's fully healed. And we can lock him in there. Our Mantises will burn to death, but it doesn't matter. Actually, they might not. Hooray! No burning to death. You don't have enough hit points, though, so you're going to get vented. We need to win one more fight, and then we'll go to weapon 6. Probably after that we upgrade defenses first, then offense. And by offense, I mean conventional offense, because our teleporter is obviously doing a lot of offense for us. Suppose for any future stores we could just maybe look at buying crew. We would definitely like to have 4 good boarders for when we fight the flagship. This fight requires hacking. God damn it. They got that. That was perfectly lined up. I couldn't do the depower trick. But it doesn't matter because I managed. I was going to desync those weapons anyway, and that was what I was able to do. Board. That guy dies before he can get to the med bay. Hey, can we kill this? Answer is yes. Are you kidding? Our shots like all collided with drones. Get in there, keep the weapons down. As long as they're down, they can't do anything. Break this this repair drone. They'll eventually run out of drones. They're probably not that far off that already. They're also eventually going to run out of crew, which I think that's this guy. And now we can use the bomb along with our other very good, very fast weapons. And yeah, next shields up to 8, get our engines up to probably 6, since we will never get cloaking. Having higher engines is more valuable. And then we'll work on weapons and teleporter to 3. The odds of us having the scrap to ever upgrade the flak artillery is exceptionally low, even in a run like this where we're doing quite well on scrap. Safest is just to say no to that event. Unfortunately, we don't seem to have had many fights in this. Slug sectors with the long-range scanners are often quite lucrative, but this one seems to have been comparatively empty. We definitely want to hack weapons here. Those are dangerous, fast weapons. Double Mantis against double Mantis. Well, their weapons can't hurt me right now. We don't care if our crew die, because ours will come back in the clone bay and theirs will not. We don't need our other weapons right now. Let's just use the small bomb. Like, if they ever manage to fight these two fires, which with one of their crew in there being a Mantis, they might not. They're still going to be very badly damaged. Yeah, they managed to put it out just about in time for our 2 Mantises to be ready to board them again. Hi there. All considered, that's not very good scrap for this late in the game, but boo-hoo. And yeah, even though these guys are being vented sometimes multiple times in a battle, their combat skill is still staying reliably above level 1. Which is fine. You know, you've still got a buffer of 5 points before you drop below, and it's like he's continuously getting his experience back because he's killing things. Let's assist the survivor and try to clone them. Okay, we get a Zoltan. That's pretty cool. I wish we'd had a crew member that was a little bit more able to help us with boarding. You know, I might honestly put this Zoltan in weapons. And if we get a safe occasion to train weapons up, I might do that again, even though, you know, we already did that once and it was a little bit tedious. Because then I could use the human as a boarder and somebody else that we get as our 8th crew member. But I can also move that Zoltan around. You know, he can go into shields and give us an unionizable shield bubble. We're going to another Uncharted Nebula. Not ideal, but whatever. It's not like the first one was that bad. Low power battle, that doesn't affect us very much. We have a backup. Oh, okay, it's not a low power battle anyway, it's this, which we can do safely because of our clone bay. There's a breach somewhere, I don't know where it is. There it is. And back to your positions. Main danger with this ship is its cloak might be long enough that it powers this missile up, which is just generally a problem when you're not able to get cloaking. That can sometimes happen. Yeah, that's just what occurred. So we took some damage there. But we won't take any more. Yeah, I mean, they bombed my engines to reduce my dodge, and then they fired that off. There's only so much we can do. Let's get this up just to slightly reduce the risk of that happening again. This ship isn't too dangerous. It really needs the laser to be that dangerous and able to get through my weapons, and we can fire before they can and take it offline. If we could get a breach in that room, this would be a safe ship to train both weapon skill and shield skill against. So let's see if we can do that. Not yet, unfortunately. No. We got level 1 shields, we're fine. I'm not going to bother to hang around trying to do this. They're down. This whole corner is worthless to look at, so let's just go down here instead. That gets us a crew member and some scrap. Cool. So yeah, you're gonna be my new pilot now. I mean, I guess I'll keep you sort of near to hand so that I can keep you in case I really need to evade things. Now it's a matter of just trying to find a fight that's safe to do another lot of training in and get the proper people in the proper places so I could have Slug on piloting, Zoltan's on all the other systems, and then Double Mantis as my first boarding team, Double Human as my second. Getting shields up soon will help me find ships that are safe to train against. I want to keep some scrap just so that if I see a store I can get repairs. This is definitely not a ship that I want to train against. Attack weapons. Okay, that stuff's all down. They only have a laser that can't currently hurt me. And that's out. Oh, that's completely on fire as well. They're never fixing that. Yeah, that Zoltan's just gonna fail. That's a double fire. They were temporarily able to hurt me there, so I shot the weapons again. And you two can come back when you're at full health. Strange, they must have found some medical supplies over there or something. Okay, double stores. We don't really want 2 stores, we just want 1 to heal. I want to hit these empty jumps. We're way ahead of the fleet pursuit, so I suppose I just want to hit these 2 in case there's something there and then go here. And then we can jump around behind the exit. You mean I feel naked without sensors? I've been in nebulas for ages. Let's fight this pirate. We're quite... The activating your advanced weapons option doesn't always give you scrap. And I want scrap. Hack now, they can't hurt me. No fixing your weapons, your glaive beam can't do anything on its own. They're gonna cloak in a second, but it's fine. Take that out. That Zoltan can try fighting the fire and fail miserably. Okay, we get another crew member. Do I want double slugs? I don't think I necessarily want that because... like, in the long run, double slugs would be better than double humans, and I could have, like, one be a boarder and one be a pilot. But to do that right now, we would need to get rid of the people who have training. Like, these two humans have useful training right now, whereas the slugs only will eventually. I'm going to get rid of Beth. You can be my new pilot when the time comes, because you have max repair skill, and that could be useful to have on my pilot. Oh, there's a whole breach up there. I guess that was the missile. Hey, you have repair skill. Go and deal with that. Man, if I'd realized that was there, I would have used the other slug to do it before I threw them off my ship. Go to the store, get some repairs. Jump up here, or jump around behind the exit. Let's once again attack the pirate rather than taking the blue option. Damn it. Well, we don't need to board yet. Let's let them take their time fighting that double fire with the Mantis. And when they put that fire out, we board them. And we win this easily. Fire is spreading over there. It's gone into their engines room. You might think you're safe because you fixed the med bay, but you can't get there. They won't be on the ship for very long. Let's just do this now. If we'd had this before that fight, we actually could have used that as a training ship because they couldn't get through 4 shield bubbles. Or did they have an offensive drone? I don't think they did. So yeah, in Sector 7 we just want to get our weapons up to 8 and our teleporter to 3. We'll easily get enough scrap to do that. Yeah, we can fight an auto scout. If we can hull breach this ship, we might be able to use it as a trainer, it depends. Doesn't look like it. Well, we'll just take them out then. Buy 2 power bars because we didn't do that before we got the shields. There's a fight there, so let's go there. Even if we end up doubling back. This is a double missile ship, we're not messing around with it. Board into there. Take that missile down. See if we can smash this with our boarders. And it looks like we're going to. Is that upgraded? Oh, that's a level 3 Clumbe. That's really annoying. Break it. There we go. We got another fully weapon-trained human. We don't need that. Go get refreshed. Go to the exit and we're just going to dive past it. In all likelihood. This seems like a pretty good sector to dive in. We've got nebula beacons to jump to, so... You know, any dives will be nebula ones and thus no ASB. Take at least these 2 behind it. Yeah, that's not worth it. I think actually it'll only be those 2, which is unfortunate. Yeah, we get a firebomb, we can sell that. Did we fail to sell? I can't remember if that beam drone dropped. I think it dropped after the last store. Got a couple things we'd like to sell. Yeah, I mean, the ship has a fast missile, but who cares? We took the missile out, which is all that really matters. Wow, that's a lot of dodging. They had to dodge both of our bombs to get that off. I gotta stick around and kill this ship. I mean, their weapons are on fire, so we might as well get a bit of fuel. Just in case it becomes relevant. Yeah. Well, that's 4 straight nebula sectors that we've gone to. We already have the oxygen upgrade, so... Unfortunately, this ship has... That is, however, definitely a breach missile, because it's a slug ship, so there's no way that they could cloak for long enough to be able to fire it. Taking the med bay down, let's board into there to stop them ever fixing it. I got the second volley off there just in time because of the auto reloader. Yeah, you can come and fight me in there, you're gonna lose. Fire's out, but your systems aren't fixed, and therefore you're gonna die. What? No, I don't want you guys going in there. I was gonna run you out so I could do this. And venting these guys, and 1 moment. Okay, we're back. Let's do this. We'll put our heavy laser 1 away for a moment because we can use the heavy laser 2 in most battles. We want the one store just to sell some stuff, and we want a training opportunity. Okay, so this is the rare ship that has 5 shields. You don't see these too often, but Sector 7 Slug is definitely one of the places where they can turn up fairly regularly. They're gonna board us. You go over into doors. I guess we're gonna hack shields. Level 3 hack on shields is not guaranteed to actually get rid of 5 shield bubbles. It's like a 50-50 chance, but it'll get rid of 4 of them at least, and then our burst 2s can do enough. Vent that room immediately. Yes, run that way. We just want to knock this burst 3 offline, and then they're a quite safe ship to fight. Actually, they've got the firebomb as well. Unfortunately, we've knocked everything but the burst 3 offline, but you two go and fight them. Like, they shouldn't hit all 5 of their lasers there, and they didn't. Okay, that's medbay is down and hull breached. I wish I could tell when the hull breach was fixed, but I can't. I just need to board into it. They all have very low health, so even though we're outnumbered, we should win. I can't quite see what's going on there because my hack on shields is sort of blocking my vision. You go in there. You two go and be vented. We are starting to run a little bit low on drones, so we'll buy a few at this store just to make sure we don't run out. You go sit indoors for now. But we'll probably get level 8 weapons after this store because we sell any of this stuff and we can afford it. Sell the beam drone, sell the firebomb, buy these, get that, and do that. So now we just need a bit of engines, a bit of power, and upgrading our teleporter, and then we just need a training opportunity. We don't need another store. And the training opportunity is not essential. If we have to use the crew that we already have maxed out now, it's fine. Attack this ship. We can't train against this because it has a fast missile. Well, they boarded us with 2 rocks immediately into the room where our boarders are. That was a lot of dodges. We did set a fire that's going to burn their Zoltan down. The ship is like all rocks. bored of my mantises. They're very low on health, but maybe we can do that just to distract them. Small bowman there. They ran out of the room. We won anyway. You have 1 hit point. Congratulations on surviving 1 hit point. Okay, we found 3 fights. Good. Let's buy a power bar. We are a little bit low. Refuse, get another fight. Probably should have let them fire the burst one there, actually, and then separated shots up. That was a mistake. But it's not a mistake that should cost me. Kill this guy as he batters against the doors. They'll cloak here, and as soon as they're out of cloaking, I'm going to take the med bay out. Yeah, that's down. You two come on board, stop them from fixing that. Can we set a fire in there or something? It's kind of bizarre that they're not going to try to repair that. Okay, now they are going to try to fix that. Let's stop this tomfoolery. Bomb. And we continue. Attack the ship. Keep not getting ships that it was would be remotely possible to ever turn into trainers. Take that down. I don't think we even needed to do that, since I think we'll just win before they can escape from the locked room, but whatever. We have 25 missiles, we can afford them. Is your combat skill staying up? Yeah, you both remaxed again, so... Get that teleporter all the way up. Now we need power. Then we need engines. That's all we'll need. Try to max the reactor before the end of the run. Maybe if we could get a hull breach on this, we could at least train our weapons up. This is again a chance. I think that is a that's a Hermes missile, so we're gonna get hit with that once. Nothing we can do about that. That's very annoying. They're gonna cloak again, and I think they're gonna get another missile off, because I don't think our hack is gonna be back in time. Nope, it's not. How fucking annoying. Can you please dodge this? Like, seriously, what was the point of grinding your dodges up if you're gonna repeatedly fail to dodge these missiles? Okay. Well, this is a very annoying ship to train against, but it's the only opportunity we're gonna get. Let's fix our engines, and yeah, we're gonna train weapons and piloting against this. This is gonna be extremely tedious and take forever, but I think it's worth it. So I will see you back when that is done. Let's get you out of there, because this is not your crew position anymore. There we go. And we are back. We just need 3 more weapons XP, and we're going to get that with this final volley. I broke the cloaking because otherwise this was going to take, like, that already took quite a while. And had I not broke the cloaking, it would have taken absolutely forever. So I broke it and managed to get a hull breach with the Heavy 2. Okay, so we have got the right people now skilled up. So piloting. We even got shield skill there for Nicola. You had engines earlier, and we got full weapons. Let's get some more power. Do we go to that store just to get repairs? Doesn't feel necessary. Okay, well they boarded me right into the teleporter. Let's just kill these guys. We have forever to delay their weapons. I probably should have hacked something else, honestly. But whatever. Take that med bay out. Board. Our mantises will die, but so what? They'll come back. Theirs won't. Their Zoltan is already dead. Send in the B team. I no longer care if these guys lose crew skill, so I can vent them aggressively. Speaking of venting them aggressively, let's do just that. Get some more power so that I can run level 3 teleporter without really relying on the battery so much. And yeah, now all I need to do is get my engines up, and I don't really need to do that, it's just it would be nice. In fact, with the power that I have now, I could do this. And then the backup battery would power that if I need to. Don't have anything to sell. I'll rely on getting a repair station in Sector 8. Frankly, even if I don't, it's fine. We're only down 1 hull. I'd love to go and fight those, but that takes me way out of my way. How many moons? Okay, it's this one instead. Let's attack the Mantis ship. This has a double scrap possibility. They boarded me in my teleporter again. That hack was too early. I should have hacked later. But it doesn't matter. I might actually board with the humans first because my mantises have taken so much damage. They're gonna just die immediately. Board you in there. Actually, you had already died. Go start hitting this NG. Like, good luck fixing that. Frankly, these 2 humans might be enough to win this fight. Yep, they're going to be enough. The Mantis runs because he's outnumbered. Let's finish the slugs off and get the double reward. If you don't want to reward me, I will find my own way to do that. Vent these guys. Engines up. Clone Bay up. I'd like one more engines upgrade, but it's not strictly essential. Everyone back to your places. And yeah, we'll go to that distress and then out. We might end up diving, but it doesn't matter. The dive would be in a nebula. Okay, so this is going to ask me how many moons, and there's 6. Do that, we get a slug who we immediately throw off. We have all the crew that we need, and I don't have time to train you or the patience to train you again. So, unfortunately, that didn't really gain me anything, but it's fine. This ship outright can't hurt me. Like, if you want to run double halberd beam, I understand, it's cool, but get hacking. Easy fuel and score here. Take that piloting out just so that it can't ever dodge any more shots. It's just enough to win it. And we are off to Sector 8 with Federation C. And yeah, we get an immediate repair station, so let's just go there. That'll repair us up, that'll get us enough drones. And we are all good. Let's upgrade our subsystems. Take some fights. Since we can board, we don't have to worry about the stupid not enough time stuff. Let's find out what you're hacking first. That's kind of annoying, but we'll just, we'll hack weapons. That buys us loads and loads of time. Oh, they have a level 3 clone bay. Let's sort that out. You guys get in there. You board in there. Clone bay down. Blow up the repair drone. We're having to deal with quite a lot of drone nonsense because they have an anti-personnel drone over there as well. No fixing that. And we win. Crew kill. We could replace our already engines trained Zoltan, but why would I do that? And frankly, we can't get rid of any Zoltans, even though it would be nice to have 4 Zoltans on a ship. We can't get rid of any Zoltans without severely diminishing our ability to board. And I don't want to do that. Let's upgrade my doors. At this point, it's just power. One more level of engines, I guess, would be nice. We don't need a store. We can sell the long-range scanners, but that's only 50 scrap. It's not worth 15, rather. It'd be much better with 50. But, yeah, it's not worth going to a Sector 8 beacon just to get 15 scrap, especially when you're playing a boarding ship and can reliably get better than that from fights. So let's go. Ideally, we want to go here, here, there, and then onwards. But it depends on what gets taken over in the meantime. This ship's kind of dangerous, but not too bad. How high level is that? That's level 2. That's not actually high enough that they would ever break that system. Especially since we can just delay them if we have to. But we shouldn't even need to do that. It should run out about now. Can we just take that out? No, apparently. And they're dead. Get that up. Hit here. Do we hack weapons here to delay this missile? I think we do. Like, if that's an Artemis missile, it could do us a lot of damage. And, like, doing this, potentially we could just flee from this battle if it looks like we're going to take damage. Which it looks like we might, because we did not hit fucking anything there. Never mind. We're safe. But yeah, we needed pretty much to hack that. I don't think if we'd hacked shields, they would have got that off before we ever even got to fire. And that's just a danger with these late game ships where you don't have cloaking. Create my own shield hack by putting a breach in their hacking room and then destroying it. And you are dead. 51 more. Let's just do that, shall we? That seems good to me. Go to repair. There's a fight there. Let's go here, and then we can jump back here and fight Phase 1 away from the base. I mean, we could upgrade the backup battery, but what even would be the point of that? We don't even know where to put that. We'll see if we can get more for engines. Depends on how much scrap we get here. We are faster than that missile, so let's hack shields. You get out of there, or you go in there. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. You're not getting your missiles back anytime soon. You get in there. Swap. Smash this fool. And we win. Yeah, this ship is very heavily upgraded. We've got level 8 shields, level 7 engines, and level 8 weapons. Like, this is what Federation C can look like when a run goes well. But often you just face early disaster before you're able to, like, deal with enemy weapons. And fortunately, this time around, we had much gentler early fights. So, it's time to crew kill like crazy. So, we'll go and fight you there. We might not be able to switch weapons between Phase 1 and 2, which I would like to do. Should I just use the heavy laser and put the bomb away? No, I mean, the bomb is not bad for the first two phases, because it can get past a defensive drone. So if we have to use a small bomb instead of a heavy laser one, it's fine. We'd like the heavy laser for the final phase, so it's faster at breaking through the Zoltan shield. And it actually does hull damage. So, we go and fight the flagship, one jump away from the base. See what they hack. That's annoying, but it's fine. So, hack missiles. We're going to board into ions first. Hack that down. Yep, that's broken. I think you're dead. Actually, yeah, you're dead because of the lock on the door. It probably would have been strictly more efficient to do two teams of one Mantis and one human. But by doing it this way, when these Mantis who are going to finish first, we'll warp them back. They'll then board into this room. And then we have our two best boarders for doing that. And can we teleport in before they fix that? Yes, we can. Good. And this is our little kill zone. Like, they're going to try to run back to the med bay because we've got a lock on the door. They can't really do that easily. They'll eventually break through the lock, and they'll also eventually kill my guys. But it's going to take them quite a while to do that. Also, we don't need 4 shields right now. 3 is sufficient. And, like, in the periods where our crew are dead, we'll just hit them with, you know, heavy lasers and bombs and kill people that way. Yeah, that guy escaped, but whatever. Let's board with full health human and full health Mantis this time. Board into there, they still can't fix that. As long as that missile artillery is down, this ship is completely harmless. So we can take the time to kill their crew properly. And you're gonna die here. 2 down. We'll fight this guy 2v1. He might escape through the door. Ah, just too slow. But we got him that way. We got a fire in there. Let's see if we can occupy shields now and make them fight me in there, where I can use weight of numbers. Yes. So once these guys die, that will trigger their auto repair, but who cares? We are going to completely crush this ship. Break the shields. Bomb their Columbe out. They have no evade. Our next volley will kill them. Come on back. There's phase 1. You don't need venting. You're fine. Everyone else does. Everyone else among the boarding crew, I should say. Actually, we can switch here. Cool. So, small bomb goes away. It's done very good work throughout this run, but now we just, you know, we've killed all the crew on their ship. We are still going to board. We're going to board into missiles and start breaking them as soon as possible. Actually, no, we'll board into shields and start breaking those as soon as possible. Our lasers will break the missiles in phase 2. And we want to win this with as few drone surges as possible. What do we want to do here in terms of upgrades? We can't get more power. We could for the final phase if we held off by upgrading our backup battery, but what's the point of that? Let's just damage buffer our sensors, I guess. I don't care about damage buffering my Earth. I mean, actually, I suppose I could do this, and then in the final phase, I could run that. In fact, that's the way to do this, because at the beginning of the final phase, we don't need the power in hacking anyway, because at the beginning of the final phase, they will have a Zoltan shield up. We won't be able to hack through it. So we'll run that to be a little bit faster for breaking through the Zoltan shield. You board into there. You do this. Open my internal doors. You guys get in there. Slows my volley down very slightly. I meant to board into shields, didn't I? Oh well. Wow, we only just got that down because some of our shots... I think we hit both of their offensive drones there. Give me more evade. I don't need my teleporter anymore right now. They're getting good evades in this phase. Took one down there. Let's shoot at their drones. Smash their ordinary drones. Do we want to bring you guys back? You have full health. You might as well come back. Got him. Well, we're through 2 phases and we haven't taken any damage yet. We can't do anything with that scrap, unfortunately. So for this phase, we're going to go in like this. We can't use either the teleporter or the hacking until their Zoltan shield is down. So we might as well use something that helps us get that down as soon as possible. And probably the way we're going to deal with anyone who gets mind controlled is to just murder them. That might be a bit tricky if it's a mantis, but I'm sure we'll work it out. I'll just go after them right now. We don't need our crew at full health. That just makes them a little bit harder to kill if they get mind controlled. They got my weapons guy. That's not ideal. Does my original weapons guy still have max training? No. He has level 1. That'll do. If we vent you out... You can go and hit my sensors. I don't care. You know, I'll block you before you can break it. Well, we have 51% evade. Let's see how many evades we get. 2. That's good. Yeah, they broke that. Doesn't matter. Zoltan shield's down. You people board into there. Hack shields. We don't need this anymore. We can't run backup battery because it got hit by a missile. Yeah, we'll just take the 45% evade. Our doors are going to burn out, but who cares? You get back to weapons. You two go and try to fight this fire. You guys get out of there. Okay, that's down. Break piloting, I guess, so that we can make sure our shots all hit. our lasers will break shields. So, we're gonna win Fed C. I could clone this guy, but I don't need to. Let's do this so we have more evade. Guess bring these guys back so we can stop you from doing me more damage. We'll take damage from this because they've lined their ordinary laser up with their super surge, but it doesn't matter. They are very dead here. Yep, we even didn't take any damage from that. So we just took, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We took 4 damage. For a ship that has no cloaking, that's quite good. So, we won the Fed C run, after all, so that will improve my rate with this, the ship that I have the worst record with. And this is going to be a very comfortable score as well, I think. Yeah, 6,300, that's quite strong. It's not my strongest with this ship. I've beaten 7,000 with it on a particularly strong run. But, it's up there. 56 ships defeated, so slightly better than 1 ship for every 2 beacons. That's really, really good. That's getting the early long-range scanners, which we got as a bribe from a pirate, which is a very, very nice way to get one of the best augments in the game. So we'll do that. We don't need to roll what ship we're going to play next, because we already know we're going to, after the mix-up last time, I'm going to play Zoltan C next. If we can get these 2 wins out of the way, I will have 2 very, very weak ships already crossed off the list after 3 jumps. I'm sure that means we'll lose like 20 runs in while playing a good ship, since we lost last time with Mantis C, a ship I generally had a pretty good record with. But we'll find out next time whether or not we can get through Zoltan C. So I hope that you enjoyed the run, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.